Goodrich. Anybody can throw him on a Jeep. Corey Irish puts him on his recovery truck. And as you can see, we're in hell's revenge right now, pulling out a really broken Jeep. We already did recovery this morning on the side of a cliff, and we're heading to the top of a mountain. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so you probably figured out from the title of the video that this is going to be about the BF Goodrich KM2s. But this is also going to be about Moab and what happens to people when they go to Moab. We're going to show you 3 separate recoveries, and the final recovery actually ended up in us having to call in search and rescue. Fortunately, it wasn't for us, but sadly, we couldn't make it, at any rate. You've all seen me go to Moab. You've seen me show this tow truck before. You've seen these fellas before. And that right there is Rory Irish, the owner-operator of Moab Motorsports. If you've ever been to Moab and broke your truck, you probably know Rory. This is him guiding me up Hell's Gate. This is him driving down the escalator. Driving down the escalator in a leaf-sprung 37-inch tired 454 powered tow truck that he built himself that has saved more people than the American Cancer Society. But I digress. Watch this. And that is my spare tire in the back of his truck with my high lift jack on it, because I ripped it off my 4x4 Labs bumper. Look at that. Down the escalator. Okay. It is first thing in the morning. It is 6 o'clock in the morning in Moab. You can tell by the jackets, it is freezing out. And we have to go pull a fella off a cliff. So we meet up with him. We unload the tow truck. Nice and dark, nice and cold. I am co-piloting while my GoPro Hero 7 Black is for some reason recording in fast motion. That doesn't last the entire time. But this is the road we had to take. Notice that it is very, very long. The mud is so deep that I didn't take my 37-inch mud grappler supercharged Land Cruiser down it. And not only is it covered in mud, the mud's covered in snow. And that's Rory turning around. Notice that. Notice that. Yes, that's how you turn around when you're from Moab. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the edge of a cliff. And again, I digress. All in a day's work. So Rory gets down there after doing that 180-degree spin move, and we find that this young fella who's been sitting there all night on the edge of a cliff, precariously close to the edge, while I man the drone, Rory mans the tow truck. Now this is incredible. Notice how close to the edge he's stepping right now. We hook him up. Rory hits the gas, pulls him up. We got to be really careful because that is a straight drop. This is not Hollywood. This is Utah. And he tugs him and tugs him and tugs him. And here comes the little white Jeep. But notice the KM3s are packing full of snow in the rear, mud in the front, but still pulling the truck right along. That theme will continue throughout the day. Rory does not take it easy on equipment whatsoever at all, and you will see what I'm talking about by the end of this video. But bear in mind, it's before 7 a.m. We do more before 7 a.m. than most people do in their entire lives. Enjoy the aerial. This is a long, long, long road. Apparently, this fellow wanted to go to a mine shaft and drop a coin down it because apparently the coin made a strange noise and instead got his vehicle stuck. Notice Rory almost goes off the edge, but simply turns the wheel and continues forward because, no pun intended, that's how he rolls. Out of the snow, back on the incredibly deep mud, that I am indeed. I am walking. I'm way behind the vehicles. It's just the life of the cameraman. But this has been what we've been dealing with all morning. And now,
You take a wrong turn at the mall or what?
isn't that polite? This young fella, who said he was from Connecticut with California plates on his mean face grill Jeep, went by himself up into the escalator and instantly, quickly, and efficiently snapped his steering gear. So he's broken. And Rory greets him with a,
You take a wrong turn at the mall or what?
"Did you take a wrong turn at the mall or what?" Indeed. This one was epic, and it was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I will tell you what, to the guys that make the BF Goodrich KM3, we came in to this point from the shop on Main Street. We drove through Hell's Revenge at about 40 to 50 miles an hour, and those tires held up phenomenally.
We picked up, like I said, we can run it up here, then re-rig. We're gonna have to help out as we're going, because I can't pick you up and hold you on this end.
You clear on that?
I think so.
Okay. Yep. Drop your passenger window if you get a chance.
And for all those wondering, yes, I'm flying a drone while monitoring a camera and videotaping with another camera. I got mad skills.
Careful, brother. Seriously.
Rory ended up standing in about 2 feet of water directly in front of that Jeep in order to hook it up underneath. This is a definitely steep climb. Everyone that's done the escalator knows right where he's parked. The wheels aren't chalked, and here is the driver. And he had his toy dog sitting in a little, I don't know, like a throne or a trophy in the passenger seat. I'm fairly certain that's one of those dogs that's really attracted to peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. I just finished telling him not to do what he's going to do right now. Watch this. 3, 2. Oh, my goodness. Ow, my. Yep. Yeah, those California, Connecticut.
You're good, brother.
Just a little shout out to the most extreme tow truck in the world, the guy up in Wisconsin. Dude, you can't handle this. Just saying.
No, that thing ain't
All right.
Can you drive a little bit?
You want me to winch while this is going on?
No.
Okay. There it is. I am.
Look at that handsome bastard. He's either helping you out of a really bad jam, or he's sticking his arm through the bank teller's window, passing her a note. One of the two.
I am. I'm holding it light, man. I've been bit. Want me to come with you now? Love it out here. It's harsh. It's It's unforgiving for the most part. But I love it out here. Footage anyways. I got footage with all the cameras. This guy's got the same. It's easier because of the BF Goodrich KM3s, by chance?
I am very impressed with how they're doing.
This is how you test a BF Goodrich. Anybody can throw them on a Jeep. Corey Irish puts them on his recovery truck. And as you can see, we're in hell's revenge right now, pulling out a really broken Jeep. We already did recovery this morning on the side of a cliff, and we're heading to the top of a mountain. Let's see what happens.
Now, most people just throw their KM3s on a truck and then they do a test with maybe a rooftop tent. The amount of weight we're dragging, the speed we're going, and the varying terrain, and the pressure. The tires are down to about 8 pounds of pressure. These KM3s held up phenomenally. Even with my jokes about the guy driving the Jeep and his dog engaging in unusual activities involving peanut butter. But again, I digress. These things took an absolute whooping, and you know hell's revenge, especially the back way, it's jagged, it's sharp, it's not friendly to tires. We didn't pop one off the rim, nada. Does that look like a face that would lie to you?
Coming up on the ledge.
Drag forward a little.
Yep, keep dragging him the way you are. He's on the ledge. Full tread, man. He's good. He's coming off. He's good. He's good. Woo! He just pooped. Just a little.
Then right on cue, the rain comes in and then the hail. So we tested these bad boys in all conditions, and they did exponentially well. For all you folks from down south, exponential means they did good. They did real good.
That's that. Never owned a big block. Always talked about it. Owned a lot of Mustangs, a lot of 350s. This is the third rescue of the day. The first one was the one on the side of the cliff, the Jeep, in the mud, which was insane, but Rory made it look easy. The second one was on the escalator in Hell's Revenge. That one was pretty technical, but everything got out, and Rory's fixing the truck. This one is in the mountains. We are way up above the desert floor right now, and these guys are quite a ways in, and this is the road. So here we go. And after driving in 4 miles,
It was actually 6 miles, and for those of you with the sharp eye, you may have noticed that there is an enormous storm coming in at 14,000 feet to my right.
snow literally over the tires, the front drive shaft snapped. You can't really ask much more from a dude. You can if you want, but he's just going to kick you in the dick. This is going to turn into a search and rescue, maybe for us. Truck wasn't firing on all cylinders, and then we just broke the front drive shaft. I'm not digging this, but let me dig him out a spot. Rory tried his ass off and couldn't make it. The snow's too deep, it's descending, and the road's never been plowed. And we tried. All that happened is we ended up blowing out the front drive shaft. And it's snowing. And it's getting late. And I think I lost my vape mod. And I might have sharred a little in my trousers.
Now, this is what happened. Rory ended up calling search and rescue, and it took them hours to get in there on snowmobiles. 3 men from Arkansas, not Kansas, Arkansas, for whatever reason, threw common sense out the window and began winching their way up the mountain into deeper and deeper snow. The vehicles had to be left there, and search and rescue pulled these guys out. They flew home. And then Rory went back in with a friend of his who owns extreme off-road tours, and they pulled the vehicles out. Absolutely unbelievable. A tow truck was unable to reach the men. Well, you saw it. Richie from Boston, Jailbreak Overlander, and Moab Motorsports. We tried our asses off. Long story short, in just one day, we tested those KM3s more than any 5 people ever. Because what would an Overland video be without stupid music at the end, right? Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm out.